This game, I felt like after the Missouri first touchdown, Alabama had firm control throughout the game. I love the way Alabama is playing. I feel like this team has completely bounced back. In the beginning of the year, we had questions after they lost to Florida State, which looking back on now, how Florida State is, that should have never been a loss. They came out unprepared. We had questions on what they were going to do with their coach, but Kalen DeBoer. But now he completely bounced back. He gets 3 straight major wins now in a row. Because when we look at this Alabama team, they play Georgia, play Vanderbilt, play Missouri, 3 SEC in conference wins. And for me personally, it looks like Alabama hasn't even scratched the surface of what their potential can be. What I mean by that is this team has looked better in the last 3 weeks because I think they got Jam Miller back, and that adds a different element to their run game. Jam Miller didn't have a crazy game, 20 carries, 85 yards. He also adds 4 receptions in for 25 yards. He has over 100 total yards for the game. Before that, it didn't look like they had a true running back to take the workload. Now they got Jam Miller. I believe that incorporated in their offense makes a whole lot of a difference, especially with Ty Simpson. Like, it takes a lot of pressure off him. And we saw Ty Simpson being pressured multiple times in this game. I didn't think Alabama's O-line did a tremendous job projecting Ty Simpson, and that's why it was a little close when you talk to 27-24, but I don't really think this was a 27-24 game. Like I said, I think Alabama had firm control. But I don't know if Alabama has even scratched the surface yet because every week it looks so different and nobody's standing out right now. And I believe they have 3, 4 multiple standout guys in this offense. When we look at thumb beating Missouri in this game, we're talking about Ryan Williams not having a reception in this game. How does Ryan Williams not have a reception in an SEC matchup? You're talking about a guy that's an absolute game changer, an athletic freak, and he doesn't even touch the ball in this matchup. Like, that's crazy to me. And you still win 27-24. This is what I mean why I think Alabama hasn't even scratched the surface yet. I think they have 2 number 1 receivers in Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams. And then you have Isaiah Horton as well, who has been pretty damn good over the stretch for Alabama. And every week it looks kind of different to me. Now, Ty Simpson is playing like a Heisman candidate. Ty Simpson is playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I thought he did really good against this Missouri defense. When you look at 23 for 31, 3 touchdowns, 200 yards. Again, he didn't throw all over the place. I did think there was a lot of pressure for him. I thought this Alabama O-line could have definitely played well. But he's playing phenomenal. I mean, we look at 2 first-time starters, him and Julian Sayin, in these elite programs, and they have been playing lights out pretty much. I think the quarterback play for both schools have been better than last year, which is saying a lot. But again, like I said, with Jam Miller coming back, not really knowing how to use him, and then you look at these receivers like Ryan Williams not getting the ball enough. Even though Alabama had this 27-24 win, and it was a massive win, Kalen DeBoer is going to have to scheme Ryan Williams a little bit better. When you have this guy who has one of the best talents out of anybody in the entire country, whether it's on a screen pass, whether it's on an end around, you got to get this guy the ball because you win this game against Missouri. I get it. It's a huge win. And I understand Ryan Williams has had drop concerns. I understand Ryan Williams is not the best blocker. That has been a concern as well. But if this Alabama team wants to win a national championship, Ryan Williams is going to have to be a part of it. And again, in this game where he can't get anything going, just let him touch the ball, whether it's on a screen, whether it's on a handoff. Let the guy touch the ball. Let the guy feel a part of it. That's my only concern with Alabama. But again, I think this Alabama team has been phenomenal the last 3 weeks on both sides of the ball. And this is what I told you guys when I had questions with Kalen DeBoer. Yes, this Alabama team doesn't have the depth of previous Alabama teams because the college football landscape is just not like that anymore, where you have 4 first-round receivers, when you have 3 NFL running backs. Like, Alabama isn't going to have that kind of depth of talent because of just how spread out it is with NIL and transfer portal. But Alabama does have Alabama type players on this roster. Like, we talked about their receivers, LT Overton, Justin Jefferson, 2 guys on defense that could play on any Alabama team. Like, they have the talent on this roster. And I think Alabama is really turning heads right now. I do kind of wish they didn't have that upset week 1 because they will be looked at a complete different light. But this is a national championship contending team in a college football landscape right now, outside of Ohio State, I feel like, that is pretty wide open. Alabama has been playing well. They ring off 3 straight here. Now, the key thing why I believe they stopped Missouri, and I feel like us as a college football community got way too high on Missouri way too quick. Again, everybody wanted to do the Bo Prabula, Drew Allen comparisons, who Penn State should have kept. Missouri realistically has played cupcakes leading up to this Alabama game. Outside of South Carolina, who just flat out isn't as good as we thought they were going to be, they played cupcakes. And again, you talk about Missouri being a limited offense. They were running on the back of Ahmad Hardy. Ahmad Hardy has been one of the best players in the country, and they run through the run, and that opens up the pass game for Bo Prabula. We have seen multiple games where Bo Prabula doesn't tear up a defense passing. He feeds off the run, he runs himself, and he throws for, 150, 180 yards. We've seen that multiple times in this college football season. And I feel like people just got way too overhyped on this Missouri team, which tends to happen, especially when you see a lot of elite teams dropping. You see this Missouri team not really playing too much competition, but you see some standout guys. You get way too high on this team. But we saw this Missouri team meet their maker in Alabama, and they really got to figure stuff out, do some soul searching on how to revamp this offense and how to beat a in-conference team multiple ways, because we saw an Alabama team shut down the run, completely shut down Ahmad Hardy, a guy that's one of the best, if not the best, in breaking the first hit in the country. He gets shut down, 12 carries for 52 yards. And once he got shut down and Bo Prabula had to pass, you knew this game was over, because they really haven't played from behind and haven't played when their run game isn't elite. Bo Prabula makes two mistakes, two interceptions. One of them comes late in the game. But I believe that was the difference. There was no way Missouri was going to win this game if Ahmad Hardy did not have a big game, and he flat out didn't. This is the first Ahmad Hardy game where he doesn't have over 100 yards rushing, and you saw Missouri look just uncomfortable in this game. Alabama, again, they remain super hot. They are looked at now as a true national championship contender when we had questions about them week one. My biggest thing with Alabama is I feel like they haven't scratched the surface of their elite offensive players all producing in the same game. Again, like I said, I think they have to scheme Ryan Williams better. They could get through these games without Ryan Williams, like I said, but if they really want to win a national championship, your best player in Ryan Williams is going to have to show up. And like I said, my biggest concern with how Kalen DeBoer is coaching Ryan Williams is I feel like when he has a key drop or when he's not involved in the game, they completely go away from him. But he has to touch the ball. You got to do whatever to get this guy to touch the ball. Because, like I said, however you want to slice it, he is the most talented player in this offense, and you're not going to win a national championship if he's not involved. That's my concern with them. But huge win for Alabama. And this Missouri team, again, they're going to have to do some soul searching, because if they aren't able to run the football, they got to figure out how to win games when the run game is shut down. And if Bo Prabula is as hyped as everybody is saying, he has to figure out ways to win when Ahmad Hardy is getting collapsed. And we saw an Alabama team that really shut down this Missouri run. They stacked up the box and they were shelled.